Five stocks, guys. Five stocks we gotta watch very aggressively. These are important buys, in my opinion. Very strong buys, ASAP. I'm gonna explain to you guys why. Because now with the amount of volatility in the VIX, and then we have tariffs really aggressively pushing forward. We know that it's very much fair to believe that an end is very much near, or at least when it comes to the value of a lot of these stocks, that more pressure on even tariffs will just provide a stronger setup to buy these. And it's a great time to buy instead of waiting for the perfect opportunity. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about right now, because once things start pumping, they're going to pump hard. I mean, we can easily see a V-shaped recovery similar to 2020, where we saw a massive set off, and then a big pump. This is just one example. But when money starts to flow back into these markets, these stocks, we're going to see insane rallies. And with the discount that we have right now in front of us, like, there's no reason to try to even time the market, because the discounts are just too good to not accumulate. So when the pump does happen, we're going to go ahead and profit amazingly from this, right? So the first one is SCHG. This is a Schwab US large cap growth ETF. So their top holdings, 10% of it makes up, Apple makes up 10% of it. Then Microsoft, Nvidia, and we know Nvidia's. I'm only doing five stocks, but if I'm doing six, I would put Nvidia on there. Nvidia is just so discounted, and they're leading in the AI chip space. It's just no reason to want to shy away from it. They also have Amazon, Meta, Broadcom, Google stock, Tesla, Alphabet, and Lilly. And these stocks are just, once money starts flowing into these, we're gonna see a pump, and we're gonna see some some amazing inflow, some really good rallies, and it's just no reason to shy away from it. So that's one, SCHG. Then it's BitU, because guys, we know, right? It's very fair to believe that the amount of fear in Bitcoin pushing the price down due to just broad economic macro fear that doesn't really have an underlying effect on this, and supply and demand is still very strong, on the bullish end, and we're starting to see a pump. And it is very much possible that a low is in, because we did reach, even though it was very, very shallow, we did reach the most extreme discounted area. We bounced off of it very, very well, and that's also third deep value dip that we've had, and we're starting to show price rallying up higher. We can easily reach this area soon, right? It's very much possible, at least in my opinion. And Bitcoin has very clearly one more leg up, in my opinion, in 2025. So then why not, right? Why not take advantage of Bitcoin at these discounted levels by acquiring something like a leveraged Bitcoin ETF? And of course, if Bitcoin does drop, it's going to be at a 2 times, movement. But I really, really like where Bitcoin is at right now, priced at 81.8K. And BitU is still underneath $40, and we can easily be back into the 60s very soon. It's very much possible, right? We don't want to shy away from Bitcoin. The next one is Mara. Mara is a leading Bitcoin mining company, and they've been pushed down very aggressively. Deep value right here, as you can see, very deep value area due to, again, macroeconomic stuff, just like in Bitcoin. And Mara is underneath $13, and this stock can easily be worth back into the 20s soon enough, or even, if you want to be conservative with it, 15. But we have plenty upside, so when money starts flowing back into risk on assets soon, uh, just, as negotiations and tariffs begin to progress and we start seeing, improvements being made, Mara under $13 is an incredible, incredible buy, in my own opinion. Then finally, or not finally, we have two more. Tesla, right? Tesla. At the end of the day, a lot of people are hating on Tesla, but but we got to remember that they do have a profitable company, and people are loving their cars, they're buying them. We've had massive sell off again due to mainly macroeconomic stuff on risk on assets, but the thing is, though, Tesla is now trading under 250 from almost reaching 500. And on top of that, it's like, well, if we have such a strong discount, And at the end of the day, their stock still has a lot of value just due to the amount of, just their profitability and the overall underlying financial value in the company. We can easily see the market cap begin to rise once again to try to, push it back up into the high 300s, go into the 300s and finally back into the 400s eventually. But I feel like Tesla is going to, you know, a lot of people hate it, the stock, and people are really talking really negatively about it. But in the day, value will push the stock wherever it's going to go, especially if we have a lot of money inflows due to, macroeconomic stuff beginning to soften. And I agree the same way with Nvidia, and Nvidia is probably an even better investment, in my opinion. And then finally, we have MSTR, which is another stock that a lot of people just are hating on. There's a lot of hate on this stock, but I kept mentioning in previous videos, like, hey, really strong buying opportunity inside this red area. We've been tracking this area for quite some time now. I haven't made much videos on it recently, but I kept saying, like, this is a super deep value area, super clear buying opportunity, in my opinion. Next thing you know, we've had 3 solid dips in it. We rallied up nicely from there, from the top of the fib extension down there in red, and we've gone up 25%. And the thing is, though, just like this stock, just like in Mara, just like in BitU, just like in Tesla, Nvidia, any further weakness, even slight further weakness, may be a really good idea to accumulate lightly to take advantage of any more opportunities. But at the end of the day, though, MSTR, I understand their underlying business isn't really the most luxurious, as it used to be, but they are strongly invested in Bitcoin. And if they are so leveraged in Bitcoin, once Bitcoin starts pumping again and we're back in the 100Ks of, soon enough, it just has to reflect on MSTR stock as well. So I think MSTR is a really, really good buy at these levels, although we could potentially see maybe a little bit of a more slight discount, maybe trying to test that 120 before going up higher. But regardless, any weakness in the stock as well, I believe it's a very good buying opportunity, especially if we can retest this red one more time. But I don't really want to shy away from this stock at all. There is a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern forming, so we can potentially see that, a little bit of a more low being created to try to get it at a discount. So I'm gonna be patient with it, and I, encourage a lot of you to be patient with accumulating these growth assets as well, because it's not confirmed that we're gonna start going higher just yet, but we are very much discounted and very much near the end of it, in my opinion, where we don't want to really shy away from a lot of these. So at any point, any weakness in BitU, Bitcoin, MSTR, Mara, Tesla, even Nvidia, any weakness, I feel like it's a really, really good chance to open up some long positions and accumulate, because it's just too good. It's just way too good right now. So yeah, guys, that's the 5 stocks, and then Nvidia if you want to throw in a 6th stock. But yeah, guys, this is very much a very important time in my opinion. We also seen, just to back it up, besides the VIX being so overly extended higher over 50, and it's working its way back down, it can easily pump up again. And if it does, amazing for us. We can accumulate these stocks at a really good discount. But at the end of the day, we got to keep an eye on the S&P, right? It's like the S&P 500, it's down. It came down aggressively, very, very quickly, all the way down to 20, just over 20% down. And there's no reason to be shying away, especially if you guys like support areas, like support lines, I should say. Like we've seen, we're seeing some really, really good discount values and some technical analysis just to back us up on this. And yeah, guys, amazing time to accumulate risk on assets before it's too late. But let's see if we get a little bit more of a further discount first. Yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and take care.